And we welcome you into the Moore Fitness Center this afternoon for NAIA basketball inside the Appalachian Athletic Conference. Kate Crenshaw with you all on the CIU Sports Network as Columbia International plays host to Montreat College. Everyone, glad to have you with us this evening. We look back to the last time these two teams met on January the 19th earlier this year. A controversial ending here inside the Moore Fitness Center. A Columbia International 2-point victory, 66-64, as Zion Neat sank a buzzer-beater shot that Montreat didn't believe she got off in time. Referee said she did, and that was the final. We're underway inside the Moore Fitness Center. Montreat at the top of the key as Destiny Lewis. She works left side, defended by Hatcher. Kicks it back at the straightaway. Now boomerang pass back to Lewis. Her three-point shot left short. Graham, the offensive board in the corner. Bringing back to the top of the key in the hands of Raby, kicking it right side to Lewis. Now at the low post. Raby back into the hands of Williams. Williams looking to drive, right baseline, initially poked away. She was able to recover. Inside pass, inside the paint to Kaylee Raby, and she lays it off the glass with the right hand. Montreat an early 2-0 lead, 30 seconds in. In transition, Zion Neat, the breakaway bucket, laying it off the left side of the window as Watkins will pick up the early assist. Tied at 2. Lewis, top of the key, kicking it right side in the hands of Raby. Back to Lewis. They swing it left side to Graham, now into the corner. Back top of the key, Lewis, waist-high dribble, right hand, looking to drive. Layup was off the mark. Treywick initially corralled the board, but Lewis poked it away, and Montreat's retaining possession. Kick pass to Raby. Jump shot up and good. 8:50 left, first quarter. It's 4-2, Montreat. Pass intercepted right around midcourt from Leak. Now right side three from Lewis. Bang! She got it. Destiny Lewis, an early 3 points for this group, and she's put Montreat up 7-2 on Columbia International. 8.5 left, first quarter. McQueen kicking it left side in the hands of Zion Neat. She gives it back top of the key, just out front of the midcourt logo is Watkins. She calls out the play. Now dribbles right side, kicking it just beyond the left arc to Neat. Now back high post into the hands of Treywick. She tries going inside, working into the corner, goes Hatcher, pull up, long jumper, left short. Treywick the offensive board, stripped and stolen by Lewis. Montreat in transition, leading by 5. Dumping off into the corner, Raby. Now kick back, right side three, bang, for Jessica Leak, who led all scorers with 25 the last time these two teams met a year ago. 10-2, Montreat on top. McQueen across the timeline along the right side. She looks to penetrate the paint, spin move at the low post, up and off the glass. Jordan McQueen with her first bucket of the ball game cuts the deficit to 6 for CIU with 7.5 to play in the first quarter. Lewis to Raby along the right side. Montreat goes down low. Williams inside the paint, defended by Treywick. Spin move left side, turnaround shot, too strong off the back iron. Hatcher corrals the board. Her forward pass to McQueen, a little bit too much in front of her as it'll roll out of bounds on the opposite baseline. Montreat basketball coming up. $7:19 left here in our first quarter. Montreat on top, 10-4. Now the inbounds pass will get away from Avery Graham. Turnover for the Cavaliers this time, their first of the ball game. Columbia International down by 6. 10-4, 7:14 left, first quarter. Watkins across the timeline. She stands at the center court logo. Defensively, Montreat in man-to-man. Kicking it left side off the screen to Zion Neat. She dribbles down to the baseline, kick back up left wing. Now it's Watkins looking to drive. She stopped at the block. Kick out to the left elbow. Shot up and good for Hannah Treywick. Under 7 to play. The Rams slowly but surely cutting away the deficit. They now trail by 4. Lewis up the right side of the floor, drawing the double team from Watkins and McQueen. She's able to dump off the pass in the hands of Williams, who tried to find a cutting Raby on the back door. Pass intercepted by Neat. Pass over the top to Treywick. It's poked out of bounds by Raby in transition. It'll be CIU basketball. Referees now adding 2 seconds back onto the game clock and 1 second onto the shot clock. It'll be 6:35 on the game clock and 25 seconds on the shot clock. Inbounds now to Trawick along the left wing. She kicks it back to Hatcher. Pass off her fingertips. Stolen by Williams. It's 1-on-1 with Williams and Neat looking to coast, rolling off the back iron from Mariah Williams. Now on the other end, 3-on-1. Kick side, left wing three from Hatcher. Bang! Madison Hatcher from downtown makes this a 1-point ball game, and Columbia International has battled back. Montreat pass deflected at midcourt, but Graham's able to recover. She gives off right side to Lewis, just beyond the right arc. 2-3 zone set standard for Columbia International. Lewis working into the corner, now back top of the key to Raby. They swing it left side to Graham, 9 to shoot. Raby just right of the arc, now into the corner. Lewis from 3, well short. Trawick grabs the board off a bounce. On the other end, Watkins working up the floor. Crossover pass into the paint. She drives, puts a shot up, left short. Trawick crashed the board and bodies hit the deck as it was poked out of bounds. It'll be Montreat basketball, and Hannah Trawick going to be whistled for her first personal foul. And it's Trawick who's checking out of the ball game now as the Rams pick up their first team foul. It's Zany Thompson onto the floor, the freshman from Seabrook, South Carolina. Inbounds from Montreat. Graham across the timeline, kicking it to the left side in the hands of Williams. Shot up from 3, too strong. Loose rebound, Watkins brings it down. It can be 2-on-3 basketball. Watkins has it poked away, but whistles blow on contact, and that's going to be Mariah Williams, the sophomore from Charlotte, registering her first personal. Substitution onto the floor. Tania Heston coming off the bench for the first time this season for CIU, as Watkins will step aside. Heston averaging nearly 10 points a ball game through the first 6 contests of the year. Neat to the top of the key to Thompson. Just outside the straightaway, kicks it left side back into the hands of Zion. Working off a screen from Thompson. She kicks to Hatcher along the right side. 3 up in the air, left it short, an air ball out of bounds. Cavaliers will pick up the possession. Also coming off the bench here today is Quinnica Howard. Hatcher heading to the bench. It's Howard who's been phenomenal this season. Second on the team and 11 points a ball game. Williams across the timeline, working right side, kicks it over to Graham, pulls up for a wide open 3, too strong. Heston will snag the board. Heston bringing up the left side of the hardwood. She finds Zion Neat. Neat driving left hand, works around Raby. Shot off the glass and good for Zion Neat. And the first time today the Rams have battled back and have taken the lead. But Kaylee Raby, pull-up jumper off the mark. Loose rebound. Last touch by Quinnica Howard and the Rams. It'll be Montreat basketball underneath their own basket. 4:49 to play in our first quarter. Columbia International on top, 11-10. On Montreat as CIU has strung together a 9-0 run to take that 1-point lead. Williams the inbounds back to Raby at the top of the key. Raby defended heavily by Heston. They dump off near side to Leak. Leak brings it back to the straightaway. Now dumps off left side to Lockhart. 8 to shoot. Lockhart dribbling left hand, kicks in the corner. Graham from 3, well off the mark. Overshot air ball from the corner. Neat will register the rebound. Now Zion Neat, a wide open lane. She tried dumping it off on a late pass that she probably should have held on to. On the other end, it's stolen away by Williams, who looks to go coast to coast. Layup's too strong. Putback from Leak is deflected by Quinnica Howard, and the Rams have a chance to extend their first lead of the ball game. Howard driving full court. Layup too strong. Heston the offensive board. Putback not there. She misfires, but she'll draw contact and head to the line for 2. Avery Graham going to be picking up her first personal foul for Montreat as Williams will check out of the ball game. It's Kamani Watson onto the floor along with Alexis Marshall, the freshman from Shelby, North Carolina, as Graham heads to the bench. Heston at the line for 2. Shooting 80% this season. She knocks down her first, now 13 of 16 on the 2021 campaign. 3:53 left in our opening quarter. Second free throw from Heston, just as good as the first. She goes 2 for 2 on the trip. Rams lead it 13-10 over Montreat. Lockhart working up the left side of the floor. The Cavaliers have been held scoreless the last 4 minutes. Leak, right side three, not there. Loose rebound corralled by Marshall. We have a foul underneath, I do believe, according to the referee. And I beg your pardon, it's actually just out of bounds. The referee gave the wrong signal foul, and it's just out of bounds. Instead, Marshall looking to drive left baseline, but she's going to be whistled for the travel. Initially tried stopping and then carried her feet on the pivot foot. 3:36 left, first quarter. Rams lead it by 3. McQueen set to inbounds, but she'll head to the sidelines as Madison Ferrara checks in for her first minutes here today. Ferrara the trigger. Into Heston, who will be defended by Lockhart, full court. Heston working up the right side of the floor. Now brings it back to the middle. Top of the key is Thompson. Thompson looking to find a teammate. She does in Zion Neat. Left wing three, too strong. And Howard Leak for the rebound. Out of her fingertips, it sails, and Raby corrals the board. It's Leak from three, knocking it down. And a 4.5-minute scoreless streak ends for Montreat. We're back tied at 13 with 3 minutes left in the opening quarter. Howard kicking left side to Zion Neat. Defended by Raby. They go Thompson at the top. Thompson at the straightaway. Kicks back Zion outside the left arc. Side step, now driving. Right hand off the glass. Up and good. However, the shot will be waved off for a charge. As Neat's going to pick up her first personal, shot will be waved off. And it was both Danielle and Darren Fleming, coaches of the Rams, just expressing their question marks with that call from the sidelines. 2:47 left in our opening quarter, tied at 13. Lockhart across the timeline, kicking right side to Raby, who's been limited to 4 points. Leak from the corner. Three-pointer was an air ball, but Marshall, the offensive board along the low post, put back up and good. Montreat back out front by 2, 15-13, 2:30 to play. Heston across the timeline, working up top of the key. Pull-up jumper, left elbow, too strong off the back iron. Raby will snag her second board of the early quarter. Lockhart, top of the key, kicking back into the hands of Raby. Raby works off a screen from Watson. They try going over the top to Leak. She pulls it in, kicks it back up, straight away three. Raby rattling out. Loose rebound, corralled by Marshall. Marshall dishes off to Leak now, 15 on the shot clock for Montreat. Back in the hands of Marshall. Back to Leak along the left arc. Montreat has 9 to shoot. 1:55 left, opening quarter. Lockhart, right side, 5 to shoot. You hear the bench sailing. Pass cut off over the middle. Leak brings it back, 2 on the shot clock. She gets it off. Runner off the glass is good for Jessica Leak. She leads all scorers with 8. Full court pass now to Neat in the low corner. She spins, pull-up jumper, left short. Rebound pulled down by Raby. 1.5 left. Columbia International down by 4. Marshall, who looked to drive, was cut off by Ferrara. Instead, she dumps off to a cutting Leak, who's fouled on her path to the basket by Zany Thompson. She'll head to the line for 2 as Thompson picks up her first personal. Returning faces to the floor for CIU, it's Hatcher, Trawick, and McQueen. Back out there as Thompson and Ferrara, along with Zion Neat, head to the sidelines. Jessica Leak at the line, a 91% shooter this season, going 11 of 12 from the cherry stripe. Her first shot today is up and good. 1:24 to play. Montreat up by 5. Leak, a junior from Charlotte, North Carolina. Second free throw too strong off the back iron. Marshall corrals the board, dumps back off. Leak straight away three. Bang! A 4-point possession for Montreat. They now lead 21-13 over Columbia International. 1:11 to play. Heston dumping off to Trawick along the low block. Her short-range shot rolls off the back of the rim. Leak with the rebound. On the other end, Raby working the left arc, defended by Howard. She tries going cross court. Pass deflected out of bounds by Hatcher. It'll be Montreat basketball. Substitutions on the floor for the Cavaliers as Leak and Raby will look to rest the final 58 seconds of the first quarter as Avery Graham, along with Vanaya Petty, step onto the floor. Petty, a freshman from Shelby, North Carolina. Lockhart, top of the key, nearly has it poked away by Heston. Instead, they go inside now to the fresh Petty. But inside, backdoor pass to Watson is good from inside the circle. Now a 10-point lead for Montreat. They're on an 11-0 run. Hatcher from the right corner for CIU, rattling out Lockhart with the board. Trinity Lockhart up the left side, 30 seconds left. There's a 6-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Once again, Montreat on a 13-0 run the last 2.5 minutes. Lockhart into the corner to Marshall along the right side, defended by Howard. Montreat has 9 to shoot. They go back over the top. Poked away and stolen by McQueen. In transition is 2-on-1 basketball. Dump off to Heston. Left hand off the glass is good for Tania Heston. Now with 4 points. The other end, 3 seconds left. Pull-up jump from Petty. Off the mark. Trawick with the rebound. 1 quarter in the books, and Montreat closes it out on a 13-2 run across the final 3.5 minutes as they lead 23-15 over Columbia International. We'll be back with you in moments for second quarter action when we return to the CIU Sports Network. One quarter in the books, and Columbia International on the losing end of a 23-15 ball game to Montreat. Meanwhile, Columbia International shot 40% in the opening quarter. They were on the losing end of a 13-0 run across the final 3 minutes. As they enter quarter number 2, down by 8. Heston across the timeline, top of the key. It's Heston, Hatcher, Trawick, McQueen, and Howard on the floor. McQueen, left wing 3, left it short, nothing but air under it. Offensive rebound, Heston back top of the key, dumping back to Hatcher. She called for it. Looking to drive with the right-hand runner. Too strong off the back iron. Rebound brought down by Williams. Williams now in transition, looking to go coast to coast. Spin move up and off the mark. On offensive board, she beats Trawick to the rebound and knocks down the basket. Lead back to 10 for Montreat, 25-15, 9:20 left in the first half. McQueen with an open lane, kicking it right side to Hatcher. Pump fake, dribbles in, back to McQueen along the right corner. Cross-court pass, cut off, and stolen by Destiny Lewis. Lewis now across the timeline along the right arc. She stands, fended by Heston. Cross dribble back to the top of the key. She brings it to the left side. Pull up three-point shot from Lewis. Knocking it down is Destiny Lewis. A 37% shooter from beyond the arc this season. She now has 6. McQueen driving, right hand, too strong off the glass. It's Leak with the board. She dumps off Lewis. Lewis in transition, looking to drive. Pulls up a shot off the mark. Trawick with the rebound. Howard along the left side, shot too strong. Trawick, the offensive board, has it poked away. It's a loose ball. As she tried to save it, it was last touched by Montreat. It'll be Rams basketball. Heston and McQueen head to the sidelines as Watkins and Ferrara return to the floor for Columbia International. 8:42 left in our second quarter, 28-15, Montreat on top. Now the referee's having a discussion here, I believe, on possession. The referee initially was very adamant about his call, and he now might be second-guessing. However, it sticks to Rams basketball. Ferrara the trigger along the far sideline, almost in the corner. Inbounds pass goes to Watkins. She brings it back top of the key, off to Hatcher. Hatcher out front to Trawick. Boomerang pass back to Hatcher. Dribble right side. Picked up her dribble just inside the three-point arc. Gives off Watkins, who looks to drive. Runs into traffic. No whistles blow as the shot clock expired. Watkins is whistled for a travel. 8:08 left. 13-point ball game. Montreat on top. Raby to inbound. She dumps it into Graham. Montreat works their way up the floor. Cross pass into the hands of Williams. driving, shot left short from the low post, rebound Trawick, who now has 9 rebounds in this opening half. Dump off left side to Watkins. She tries going over the top to Trawick. Pass was too strong. Turnover for Columbia International. Now they're 9th of the ball game compared to Montreat with just 5. Back to the floor with Lewis headed to the sidelines as Lockhart for Montreat. 7:50 left. Montreat leads 28-15. Lockhart to inbounds. She's going to run out of time. Inbounds is deflected by Hatcher, but driving to pick off the pass was Williams. Referee's going to say she traveled, and it's Rams basketball. Larissa Lee into the ball game for Madison Hatcher and Columbia International. Meanwhile, Howard heads to the sidelines as well for Zion Neat. Lee, the senior from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, finished with 5 points in the last matchup against Bryant. Trawick outside the right arc. Dumps off Watkins along the left side. Watkins looking to drive. Spin move in the paint. She's whistled for the travel. And yet another turnover, now double digits for the Rams with 10 turnovers here in this first half. 7:38 to play. 28-15, Montreat leads. Inbounds to Raby. She works her way up the right side of the floor. Just 4 points for Kaylee Raby. Dumping off left side, Lockhart. Lockhart back top of the key. Swinging it right side, now down low into the hands of Williams. She tries going up for the reversal, off the mark. Loose rebound, diving bodies. Lockhart's in there. Jump ball will be awarded to Montreat. Kaylee Raby, as I mentioned, just with 4 points. Last year, a second-team all-conference member. You look back the last time these two teams met, it was a 66-64 Columbia International win last season. Of those 66 points, Jessica Leak and Kaylee Raby combined for 45 of them. 7:13 to play, 28-15 our score. Montreat on top. Inbounds pass goes to Lockhart. Cavaliers have 10 to shoot. She stands at the top of the key, dribbling right side. Into the corner to Raby. Raby dribbling back up, now 4 to shoot. Raby's going to hold for the shot. Pull-up jumper from the left side. Bang for Kaylee Raby. A buzzer beater 3 to beat the shot clock. And as I mentioned, Kaylee Raby can get her shooting on fire quite quickly. She does just that with her first 3-point make of the ball game. She has 7 points. 31-17 Montreat. Watkins pull-up jumper from the left elbow, not there. Crashing the boards was Watkins, and she's going to be whistled for the foul. Her first personal, and she expresses her frustration from the floor with a yell. 6:38 left, 61-15, or make that 31-15, excuse me. Montreat on top. Lockhart across the timeline, dribbling left side, defended by Lee. She works off a Williams screen, now brings it back to the right front court. Lockhart just killing time. Back top of the key into the hands of Raby. Into the corner, Leak for 3. Bang! Jessica Leak now with a game-high 15 points as she's 4 of 6 from downtown. 34-15 Montreat. Watkins the drive, pump fake, shot good from the low post. 34-17 Montreat, 6 minutes left in the first half. Raby, dump off pass to Lockhart. He brings it back top of the key along the right side. Back in the hands of Raby, pull up 3, got it. Kaylee Raby trying to put this one away quickly. Timeout, Columbia International. Raby now with 10. Leak leads all scorers with 15 as Montreat is on top of Columbia International. 37-17 with 5:50 to play here in the first half. We'll be back in moments on the CIU Sports Network. 5:50 left in our opening half inside the Moore Fitness Center. Montreat on the road leads Columbia International 37-17 here this evening. Looking at your scorebook thus far, well, it's been the Jessica Leak and Kaylee Raby story for Montreat. Leak leads all scores with 15. Raby with 10 points of her own. The stat that will jump off the page to you the most, Montreat, 14 of 33 from the field, including 8 of 16 from three-point range. When you sink 8 three-pointers in a half, you're doing good things. Meanwhile, Columbia International just a 1 for 5 mark from downtown. 5:40 left in the first half. Rams down by 20 out of their own timeout. Ferrara looking to drive left side, kicks it back up to Neat. Neat into the hands of Trewick at the straightaway. Trewick holding, now dumps off left side. Neat driving off the glass and good for Zion Neat, the easy lay-in. Neat now with 6 points. The Rams deficit cut down to 18. Leak from the left side looking to respond. Indeed she does. Jessica Leak now with 18 points, including 5 of 7 from beyond the arc. On the other end, Trewick a shot from the low post, up and good. Watkins the assist. 40-21, Montreat leading. Lockhart defended by Lee. Takes it from right to left. Now back top of the key. Into the hands of Williams. Williams to Raby. Now with 10. Raby dribbles down in the corner. Dumps back up top of the key to Petty. Her pass to Lockhart sails high and away. Turnover for Montreat. 4:45 left in our first half. It'll be Petty heading to the sidelines, with the Cavaliers leading Columbia International 40-21. Neat dumps into Howard, who gives it right back to Zion. Brings it across the timeline. Neat at the top of the key, dribbling left hand. Goes behind the back. Pull up three. Shot well off the mark. And Neat just shaking her head. She doesn't even know what happened with that one. 4:36 left. It's 40-21 Montreat. Working down the final few minutes of the first half. Lockhart dribbling right hand just beyond the center court logo. She takes it left side. Dumping back top of the key to League. They go down low to Williams. Working on Trewick. Shot with the right hand is good. Off the window for Mariah Williams. Howard in transition. Stops short of the paint. Dribbles into the right corner. Gives back to Larissa Lee. Lee swing pass to Neat along the left side. She calls for Trewick to come to the top. Indeed she does. At the top of the key is Trewick. Back in the hands of Neat. Works a screen. Neat at the straightaway. Handoff pass to Howard. 9 to shoot for the Rams. They give it to Larissa Lee. Pull up three from the left side. Nothing but air as Zion went for the save. She gave it right into the arms of Lockhart. Montreat headed the other direction. Raby bringing it from the paint to beyond the arc. She dumps off to Graham, who now stands at the top of the key. Graham defended by Ferrara. Goes down to the elbow to Leak. Working around a screen. Leak looking to go inside. Indeed she does to Williams, who draws the double team. Dumps out to Graham. And now Raby. Montreat has 5 to shoot. Raby looking to drive. Left hand. Too strong. Loose rebound. Corralled by Neat. Full court pass over the top. Tom Brady style in the hands of Ferrara. Stopping the paint. Kick out left wing three from Howard is up and good for Quinnica Howard. 3:10 left in our first half. 42-24 Rams. On the other end, Williams. Full court pass off the mark for her. Loose rebound now as Zion Neat will slip on the basketball. She appears to be okay, but Montreat's able to retain possession, leading 42-24. 2:50 left. Lockhart just beyond the three-point range. She goes down to the elbow in the hands of Leak. Look at the pullback jumper instead. Dumps off to Williams. Now give back pass to Leak. Inside the paint. Up and good off the glass. 2:31 left in our opening half. Rams down by 20. 44-24 our score. Howard left side. Lee pull up three. Off the mark along the right side of the rim. Williams will corral the rebound. 2:16 left. Montreat leads 44-24. Lockhart slowing down this Montreat offense. Defended by Neat at the top of the key. 2:05 left. Lockhart goes to the low elbow to Leak, who has it poked away by Ferrara. Whistles blow as they pursued the basketball. And as Jessica Leak whistled for the offensive foul, they're going to say she held back Ferrara going for it on a loose ball. That's Jessica Leak's first personal. first team foul for Montreat here in the second quarter. Ferrara and Neat, along with Larissa Lee, head of the sidelines as Hatcher, Heston, and McQueen return to action. Heston holds possession at the top of the key, dumps off right side Hatcher. Hatcher, sidestep, gives back to McQueen, now into the hands of Trewick. Trewick looked at the long two, picks up her dribble, now dumps off with 14 seconds to shoot to McQueen. McQueen along the right side, goes back inside to Trewick. Shot with the hook shot is up and good for Hannah Trewick. And the senior from Lexington, now with 8 points. It's 44-26, Montreat, a minute and a half to play in our first half. Lockhart's pass picked off by McQueen. The Rams in transition. McQueen dribbling right side, spin move off the glass, in there. Jordan McQueen with the bucket. It's now 44-28 Montreat. 1:13 to play in the second quarter. Lockhart defended by Heston in the top of the key. Rams in their traditional 2-3 zone. Now to the hands of Leak. Williams along the left side. They go down low to Leak. Foul in the interior with 7 to shoot. Quinnica Howard going to be picking up the personal as she defended Leak inside the paint. That's Howard's first, team's second team foul in the second quarter. 54 seconds left. Trewick checks out. Thompson onto the floor for CIU. Leak to trigger from the baseline. Looking to dump into Raby. It won't be there. Her pass goes over the top to Lockhart. 52 seconds on the game clock, 16 on the shot clock for Montreat. Raby working off a Leak screen. Pull up, long two off the front iron. Once again a loose rebound as Hatcher dumps off. She'll be fouled from Avery Graham, who will pick up her second personal. As they both were diving for the basketball, Hatcher was pushed late. That's where the foul came in. Williams headed to the sidelines as Kamani Watson steps back onto the floor for Montreat. 11-second difference between shot clock and game clock. 25 to shoot, 36 to play. McQueen backing down into the post. She tried dumping off a pass to Thompson. It's picked off in traffic from Watson. Lockhart up the left side, 25 seconds left, less than a second difference between shot clock and game clock. Lockhart dribbling out, working a screen. Off Watson's screen, she gives away to Raby along the left side. Raby with 12 to shoot. Looking to hold for the last shot. Raby, step back, 3 from the left side, left short. Thompson the rebound. 5 seconds to shoot. Up the floor to Heston across the timeline. Inside the three-point arc. She drives and is fouled with a second and a half on the game clock. Key will be, if it will be a shooting foul on the floor, it's on Kaylee Raby, her first personal. And indeed, it is on the floor. The Rams will have a second and a half to shoot. Over the top, McQueen from the post, off the mark, rattling off the front rim. At halftime, Montreat leads 44-28 as they hold Columbia International scoreless the final 3.5 minutes of the first half. We'll pause briefly and come back with you. So we'll sit down with head coach Danielle Fleming when we come back on the CIU Sports Network. And we welcome you back in to the Moore Fitness Center in Columbia, South Carolina for second half action in AAC basketball as Columbia International, coming out of the break, trails Montreat College 44-28. And if you're Columbia International, well, you haven't really shot the ball very ineffectively. You're shooting 40% from the field, but just 22% beyond the arc, 2 of 9. Meanwhile, from downtown, Montreat is 9 of 18. As they lead by 16 points out of the break. Watkins, top of the key. Trewick, pull-up jumper off the right side. And bouncing off of her own foot, it's Destiny Lewis. As it'll be Rams basketball, 9:42 to play here in the third quarter. Neat gets it into Watkins, 9:40 on the game clock, 44-28, Montreat on top. Zion driving, right hand on Raby, shot up, good, and one. Zion Neat hoping to spark the Rams offensively early with a chance for a three-point play as Kaylee Raby will pick up her second personal. Neat at the line, sophomore from Cedar Park, Texas. 68% shooter from the charity stripe this season, winning 13 of 19. And one attempt off the front iron. Montreat on the other end. Kicking right side. And in the hands of Destiny Lewis. She brings it back top of the key. Now goes to the low elbow to Lee. Down low to Williams, who backs down Trewick, leaves her shot short. But now Trewick's pass will get away from everyone out of bounds. As it'll be Montreat basketball, and CIU head coach Danielle Fleming just calling into her senior forward, Hannah, just relax, talking about Hannah Trewick. 9:10 left, third quarter, 44-30, our score. Montreat leading. Lewis from the left side, driving left hand, kicks to her post player, now dumps into the corner to Graham. Graham back up top, Lewis, pull up three, off the mark. Hatcher going for the rebound, she hits the deck, loose ball. Multiple hands on it, will be a jump possession awarded to Montreat. 8:48 left, third quarter. Montreat on top by 14. Raby to trigger. Defended by McQueen. She gets it into Graham, defended by Hatcher. Out dumping off Lewis just beyond the right side, into the corner is Raby. Down low, the low post to Leak. Defended by Watkins. Leak quickly working her way out, but pass intercepted by Zion Neat. Neat picking up her dribble, goes inside to Trewick. The pull-up shot, good for Hannah Trewick. The Rams are coming out firing. Here in the third quarter, deficit cut down to 12. Graham, cross-court pass, Leak from three, rattling out. Offensive board corralled by Williams. Out of bounds, last touch by McQueen in Columbia International. It'll be Montreat basketball. 8:15 left, third quarter. 12-point ball game, Montreat on top. Lewis to inbound underneath Montreat's own basket. She's running out of time, is able to dump it into Williams. Pulls up, left corner three, misfiring. Corralled by Hatcher. Hatcher up the floor to McQueen. Pass off her foot, but Watkins is able to pick it up off the deck. They go down low. Trewick shot off the mark. Looked at the three-point play, but instead she's headed to the line for two. It's Mariah Watkins being whistled for her second personal. Montreat's second team foul as Williams heads to the bench. It'll be Vanaya Petty, the freshman from Shelby, North Carolina, coming on the floor for Montreat. Trewick at the line for two. First shot up and good. Trewick, a 33% shooter this season, coming into today's ball game. Second shot, too strong. Loose rebound, last touched by Montreat. It'll be Rams basketball. 8:02 left, third quarter, 44-33 our score. Columbia International trailing by 11. Hatcher and McQueen, now over to Trewick. Can Columbia International make it a two-point game? Watkins looking to drive, pull-up shot from the paint, off the mark. Rebound by Petty. Vanaya Petty up the floor to Lewis, who will be double-teamed. Dumped off to Raby. Down to the corner. Graham, pull up three, got it. Avery Graham silences the Rams comeback. Now 47-33 Montreat, 7:34 to play in the third. Watkins across the timeline, defended by Lewis. Stepping off near side of McQueen, she dribbles left hand down to the low post. Back up top of the key, Hatcher, can she respond from three? Off the front iron, rebound brought down by Jessica Leak. Graham near side, back to the top of the key. Handoff play to Raby, defended on the right wing by Neat. Raby dribbles back to the straightaway, kicking out left side, pull up three from Lewis. Too strong. Hannah Trawick bringing her 10th rebound of the ball game. Now it's Neat in transition, keeps it herself. Zion with the left hand. 47-35 Montreat, 6:52 to play in the third quarter. Across the timeline to Leak, cross court to Graham, who loses it and stolen by Jordan McQueen. The Rams can make this potentially a single-digit game, down by 12. McQueen drives, shot off the glass, good. 47-37 Montreat. Inbounds, poked away from Watkins. It looked to be off the hands of Montreat's Avery Graham, but the referee says it was Watkins who pokes it away. It'll be Montreat basketball. McQueen, Watkins, and Trawick head to the sidelines as Heston, Thompson, and Brittany Brown check in for the first time in the second half for Columbia International. 6:29 to play in the third, 47-37 Montreat. Lewis, defended by Heston, crossed the timeline. Lewis working left side. Now back top of the key. Her pass poked in the air off the fingertips of Alexis Marshall, who's also fresh on the floor for the Cavaliers. Out of bounds, yet another turnover for Montreat here in the second half. Now 5 turnovers in the second half for Montreat, compared to just 6 through the first half. Neat right side pass, nearly got away from Brown. She looks to drive baseline, puts up a shot off the backside. Rebound brought down by Lewis. Pass to Marshall, now in the corner, Raby, pull up three. Well off the mark, Brown with the rebound, but it's poked away and stolen by Marshall. Offensively, Montreat has possession. Leak driving baseline, her pass cut off by Hatcher. And now they're going to say it was out of bounds. Last touched by Montreat. I believe that went off the body of Hatcher, but referees did not see it touch her jersey. 5:40 left in the third. Rams down by 10. A chance to make it a single-digit game, as they've held Montreat scoreless the last 2 minutes and forcing 3 straight turnovers. Into the hands of Brown, right side. Top of the key, Neat. Off the dribble. Back top of the straightaway in the hands of Thompson. They swing it left side to Hatcher. Hatcher dribbles right side to Neat. 12 to shoot. Top of the key, Heston. Heston. Pass cut off and stolen by Williams. It was headed the corner, and now it's headed the other way. Her pass from Williams is now cut off by Heston, stolen by Brown. Neat now in transition, kicking to Hatcher from 3. Too strong. Rebound, though, brought down by Hatcher, still beyond the arc. 15 to shoot for Columbia International. Now the referee will stop the clock and stop the ball game here, I believe, to adjust the time clock. I will give a chance for Quinnica Howard to check in for Madison Hatcher. Although no changes have been made, there it is. 3 seconds added to the shot clock. Now 13 to shoot. Heston on the inbounds. Hands off to Howard, dribbling left hand. Kicks it back up, left arc to Neat. Top of the key, Heston, 4 to shoot. Tania drives, right hand off the mark. Rebound brought down by Leak. In transition, Jessica Leak driving, initially lost her dribble. Her layup's no good. Rebound poked out of bounds. It'll be Rams basketball, 4:32 left in the third. 47-37 our score. Montreat on top by 10. Rams yet another chance maybe to cut this to a single-digit game. They've held Montreat scoreless the last 3 minutes. Meanwhile, Columbia International hasn't been able to find the basket the last 2. Heston, cross midcourt. She stands at the straightaway, just beyond the center court logo. 4:20 left in the third. Heston dribbling left side, now looking to drive. From the low post, Layup left short. Thompson went for the board and was fouled by Trinity Lockhart. The freshman from Charlotte will pick up her first personal. Foul's on the floor. So the Rams will have the inbounds underneath their own basket. Howard to trigger. 4:14 left in the third. It's 47-37. Montreat on top by 10. Pass over the top to Neat. Quickly put up a shot, and she was fouled. As she heads to the line for two, it was a quick pass jumper. Neat never had her feet touch the ground. As Mariah Williams picks up her third personal. It was really an intentional play, I think, to maybe draw that contact. That puts Zion at the line for two. 68% shooter this season, knocks down her first. Zion Neat now with 11 points. Second free throw, just as good as the first, as Neat goes 2 for 2 on that trip at the line. Marshall and Williams step aside for Montreat as Graham and Petty return to the floor. 4:12 left in the third quarter, 47-39 Montreat. The deficit's down to 8 for Columbia International. Lockhart will bring it up the floor. Crossing the timeline, she stands along the right side in the front court. Crossover pass, nearly stolen away by Heston. She has to pick up her dribble and dump off to Raby. The senior transfer from Lenore Ryan just stands beyond the left arc, defended by Quanika Howard. 13 to shoot for Montreat. Back top of the key goes Raby. She now works right side. Pull-up jumper from 10 feet out. Too strong, and Zion Neat will climb the ladder for the rebound. On the other end, Brittany Brown in transition. Runner shot, too strong off the glass. Thompson went for the rebound. It's poked loose, and Heston comes away with it. She gives to Howard. Pull-up three-point shot. Bang! Quanika Howard from downtown. The Rams are within 5, and we've got a Montreat timeout. A 9-0 CIU run makes this a 47-42 ball game. CIU within 5 points of Montreat with 3:32 left. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them when we come back on the CIU Sports Network. Back inside the Moore Fitness Center, 3:32 left in our third quarter. Columbia International trails Montreat 47-42, but coming out of the Cavalier timeout, the Rams have held Montreat scoreless the last 4 minutes and 10 seconds as CIU strung together a 9-0 run. Montreat the inbound from the opposite end of the floor. Lockhart looking to get it in, but the Rams presenting a full court pressure. Lockhart up the floor. She's fouled by Heston, as Tania Heston will pick up her first personal. The Rams' first team foul here in the third quarter. .329 left in the third. 47-42 Montreat. Inbounds from Raby goes to Lockhart, who works up the floor against Heston. Lockhart across the center court logo in the timeline. She dribbles left side. Now misdirects her direction. Dumps off left side three from Leak. Knocking it down is Jessica Leak. She now has 18 points. Montreat back up front by 8 with 3 minutes left. Heston spinning in the paint. Shot up and off the mark. She'll head to the line for 2 as she was fouled. Heston going to get 2 at the line. It was Avery Graham, the guilty party, picking up her third personal. Heston's first free throw up and good. Division I transfer from Oakland University. Native of Hillard, Ohio, having her family here today, both her mother and her sister in attendance at today's game. Heston's second free throw just as good as the first. Substitution from Montreat sees Lockhart head to the sidelines and Destiny Lewis return to action. Lewis has 6. Speaking of 6, Montreat leads by just that. It's 50-44 Cavaliers, 3 minutes left in the third. Lewis now near the right side. Comes back top of the key, handoff to Graham. Graham's going back to their 2-3 zone. The right side to Petty. They go inside to Leak at the low post. She's double teamed and stolen away by Thompson. Thompson smartly picking up her dribble, dumping off to Neat. Now into the hands of Heston near the corner. Neat stands beyond the left arc. Cross dribble, dump off pass. Heston, step back, pull up jumper from the free throw line, too strong. And an offensive foul, I believe, on Zani Thompson. Indeed it is. It'll be her first personal, make that second, second team foul as well. 2:26 left in the third. Montreat leads 50-44. Raby up the floor across the timeline. Keeping herself coast to coast. She's fouled in her pursuit of the basket as she heads to the line for two. Thompson now with 3 personal. She'll quickly check out with Hannah Trawick stepping into her place, as well as Heston headed the sidelines for Kanaya Watkins. 2:18 left in the third quarter. Montreat leading 50-44 with Raby at the line for two. The senior from Hudson, North Carolina. 53% shooter from the charity stripe this season. First one's up and good. Raby now with 11 points, scoring double digits in every game this season. Was an all-conference second teamer a year ago, averaging this season nearly 20 points a game. She knocks down her second free throw. Raby has 12. Montreat leads by 8, 52-44. 2:15 left in the third. Neat across the timeline, dribbling up the left side. Looking to penetrate the paint. She kicks back up outside the left arc to Watkins, who has her dribble poked away. And a foul is called on Kanaya Watkins as Raby is tripped up. Kanaya Watkins picking up her second personal, the Rams' 4th team foul. 2:04 left in the third quarter. 52-44 Montreat. Cleaning up one wet spot on the floor. Mopping up the area just outside the spot where Raby hit the deck. Lewis inbounds to Graham. 2:04 left in the third quarter. Montreat on top by 8. She gets back to Lewis, who brings it across the timeline. Lewis at the elbow to Petty. Pull-up jumper for Nia Petty. Off the mark left side, brought down off the glass from Howard. Queenie Howard at the top of the key, now dribbles right side, goes between the legs a couple of times, brings it back up top of the straightaway. Into the hands of Watkins. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line, too strong for Kanaya. Everyone crashed the boards, and that leaves Raby and Lee in 1v1 action on the other end. Raby's layups left short, putback shot left short as well. No whistles blow for a foul. On the other end, Watkins from the low post, shot off the mark. Loose rebound brought down by Watkins. Now to Trawick from the right elbow. Her shot rattling out. And the Rams continue to struggle from the floor. Now just one of their last 9. 1:10 left in the third. It's 52-44 Montreat. Lewis just beyond the top of the key, doubling off left side to Raby. Defended by Lee, she works off a screen. Raby driving, right hand, layup left short. Rebounded by Trawick. Now whistle for a travel on Kanaya Watkins. In transition, Kanika Howard, Jordan McQueen coming onto the floor for Larissa Lee as Zion checks out with Madison Hatcher stepping on the floor. 55 seconds left in our third quarter. 52-44 Montreat. Inbounds goes to Raby just beyond the left arc. Back into the corner, 3-point shot from Lewis off the front iron. Watkins with the rebound. On the other end, Watkins drives in the paint, pulls up for a shot, knocks it down, a whistle blows, but they're going to say a foul was on the floor prior to the shot. They won't give her the continuation. They will give her 2 shots, saying she let the shot go much after the continuation allowed. That puts Watkins at the line for 2 as Kaylee Raby picks up her third personal. 45 seconds left in our third quarter. Watkins' first free throw, no good off the front iron. A 70% shooter this season is Watkins, a senior from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Going to cut down the deficit to 7 with 45 seconds left in the third. Second shot is up and good, and she does just that. 52-45 our score. Raby heads to the sidelines with 3 fouls. It's Alexis Marshall checking in for her. as Montreat looks to snap a 2.5-minute scoreless streak on this possession. Inbounds to Petty, back to Lewis. Up the floor. Montreat's missed each of their last 5 shots. 40 seconds left. Lewis just beyond the right arc. Now double team. She lets a pass loose. It's stolen away by Hatcher. On the other end, Hatcher with the right hand off the window. 52-47 Montreat, a 5-point game with 25 seconds left in the third. Shot clock been turned off as Petty drives in the paint. Her lay-in is up and good on the runner. Montreat responds on the other end, 54-47 Cavaliers. 14 seconds to shoot. Watkins looking to go coast to coast, instead dumps in the corner. Now Howard just beyond the left arc. 7 to shoot. She throws up a 3-point shot, left it short. Offensive rebound by Hatcher in the deep corner. 2 seconds. Howard for 3 again. Well off the mark on an air ball. And that is the end of the third quarter. 54-47. Montreat leads by 7. Although Columbia International has a chance to make a run at it late. We'll see if they can do just that when we come back. Columbia International down by 7, entering the fourth quarter on the CIU Sports Network. And we're back with you on the CIU Sports Network as we begin the fourth quarter. Montreat leads 54-47 in AAC play over CIU, but Columbia International not going away just yet, making multiple runs there in the third quarter to draw within 7 out of the Cavaliers' lead. It'll be McQueen, Watkins, Trawick, Hatcher, and Howard out there for Columbia International. Inbounds goes to Watkins. She dribbles just beyond the right arc, almost near the corner. Trawick calls for it on the interior. Pass over the top, shot off the glass, too strong. Williams will corral the rebound for Montreat, as she has to be careful with 3 fouls. Williams brings it up the floor, now into the corner to Kaylee Raby. Raby back inside, poked and stolen away by Hatcher. On the other end, Watkins brings it across the timeline. 9:30 left in the ball game. Rams down by 7. Watkins driving, drawing the foul, and 1. She's headed to the line. Kanaya Watkins with a chance at a 3-point play as Trinity Lockhart, the guilty party, picking up her second personal foul. Watkins now with 5 points, a chance at 6. With 9:26 left in the fourth quarter, looking to make this a 5-point game. Rams currently trail by 6. Watkins' first free throw, up and good. 3-point play complete. Rams down by 4. 9:24 left in the fourth quarter. Williams across center court into the hands of Jessica Leake. They left the right side open for her. Rams quickly recover. Cross-court pass to Raby, who was left wide open for 3 off the front iron. Offensive board from Jessica Leake. Back to the top of the key. Boomerang pass back to Leake along the right side. 13 to shoot, 9 to play. Williams from the left elbow with 7 to shoot, pulls up for the jumper. Off the mark, brought down off the glass by Howard. 8:52 left in the fourth quarter. Rams down by 4. Howard to Watkins. Watkins dribbling right side. She drives in the paint. Puts up a layup off the mark. No whistles blow as she hits the deck. Offensive rebound by Hatcher. Into the corner to Howard. Back to McQueen. Pull up three-pointer. Too strong off the right side of the glass. But Watkins goes for the offensive board and is fouled in her pursuit. She was tripped up. And it's Maria Williams picking up her 4th personal now. She heads to the sidelines. And Benaya Petty checks into the ballgame for the Cavaliers. 8:31 left in the fourth. It's 54-50. Montreat on top. Inbounds to McQueen, right side. Swinging it left now into the hands of Watkins. Referee's timeout. They're going to add time back on the shot clock. It had 9 up there. Resets to 18. 8:28 left in the fourth, 18 on the shot clock. Rams down by 4. Howard, the inbounds along the far sideline, gets into Watkins, who gets behind her defender. Kanaya stands at the top of the key, goes off a screen from Trewick, but referees whistle for a carry on Kanaya Watkins. Turnover by the Rams, now their 21st of the ball game. 8:22 left in the fourth quarter. Montreat leading 54-50. Lockhart, the inbound along the far sideline in the backcourt. Up the floor to Petty. She immediately draws the double team. Ball's loose. Petty's able to recover. Now Trewick will strip the ball from her grasp. Hand off to Watkins. Pass in the corner to Hatcher. Looking to dribble left hand. Hatcher, the runner, up and good. 8:07 left in the fourth. Rams down by just 2. 54-50 Montreat. Lockhart, initially losing her dribbles, able to recover. Up the floor to Raby now, driving in the paint. She looked to be stripped in the paint, but Watkins going to be whistled for the foul. Keep in mind, Columbia International trailed at halftime by 20 points to Montreat. 54-52 now is our score. Rams down within just 2. 7:57 left. Watkins checks out with Brittany Brown back on the floor. Montreat, the inbounds, dumps it into Graham underneath their own basket. Graham from the left side gives back to Lewis, deeper into the left corner. 15 to shoot for the Cavaliers. Lewis, crossover pass, defended by McQueen. She tries working into the corner, dumps back up to Graham, who's at the top of the key, defended by Brown. Hand off to Raby along the left arc. 5 to shoot. Raby drives, runner with the right hand. Shot too strong. Rebound corralled by Hatcher. Madison Hatcher up the right side. Pull up 3. Just short for Madison Hatcher. That would have given the Rams the lead for the first time in quite a while. 7:30 left in our fourth quarter. Montreat up 54-52. Inbounds to Raby, brings it up and across the timeline. Raby, dump off left side pass. Petty, pull up jumper. Knocking it down is Vanaya Petty. 7:20 left in the fourth quarter. Howard, crossover pass, dumps into the left corner to Brown. Now to the left side, back to Howard. Pull up 3. Knocking it down is Quanika Howard. And for the first time since the first quarter, the Rams have a lead. It's 56-55 Columbia International. When we come back on the CIU Sports Network. One correction from the scoreboard that we have here inside the gym. The official score table had it wrong. It's actually Columbia International down 56-55 with 7:09 left in the fourth quarter. So Montreat leads by 1. But Columbia International is just knocking on the door ever so closely. Each of the teams going tick for tack across this fourth quarter. Lewis the inbounds for Montreat on the opposite baseline. Dumping it into Raby, who's defended by Quanika Howard. Raby working to work up the floor. Indeed she does across the timeline near the left side. Now she'll draw the double team into the hands of Leak. Left side defended by Trewick. Jessica Leak just beyond the left arc. Back to the hands of Raby. 6:53 left in the ball game. 13 to shoot. Three-pointer from the left corner is good for Destiny Lewis. Montreat back up by 4. Howard across midcourt, handoff pass to McQueen. Crossover, runner in the paint for Jordan, too strong. She grabs her own offensive board. Second chance shot, no good. Petty brings it down. A 4-point lead for Montreat as Lewis dribbles left side. Working around the screen, McQueen's able to work around it. Crossover pass from Petty, down low. Up and good off the glass for Vanaya Petty. 61-55 Montreat. They've scored 2 straight buckets. Howard worked into the paint, now brings it back up to the left corner. Pull up 3 for Quanika. Too strong. Raby snags the board. Kaylee Raby in transition with 6 minutes left in the ball game inside to Petty. Turnaround shot off the mark. She'll draw the contact and head to the line as Brittany Brown is going to be whistled for the personal, her first in today's ball game. Second team foul in the fourth quarter for CIU. One substitution as McQueen checks out. It's Hatcher back on the floor. Vanaya Petty at the line. 40% shooter in in this early season, 2 of 5 so far. First shot from the charity stripe today is left short. Petty, a freshman from Shelby, North Carolina, with 6 points. Her second free throw. Up in the air, off the front iron yet again, 0 for 2 on that trip for Petty. 61-55, Montreat on top with 5:50 left in the fourth quarter. Hauer across the center court logo, defended by Lewis. Taking her time with the dribble. About 5 feet of separation between her and Lewis. Working off a screen from Hannah Trawick. Now swing pass left side to Neat, who drives left hand, puts a shot off the glass, not there. Trawick the offensive board, put back too strong. Hatcher, a second chance offensive board. Her putback is not there. She's headed the line, though, for 2, as Vanaya Petty will pick up her first personal foul. The Rams with 2 offensive boards on that possession alone. That brings them to 17 in today's game, as they're currently out-rebounding Montreat 44-38. Hatcher's first free throw from the line, off the front iron. Everyone collapsed on the rebound, but it is 2 at the line. 5:28 to play here in the fourth quarter. Montreat on top, 61-55. Hatcher's second free throw up and good. Madison Hatcher now with 8 points as the Rams trail by 5. 61-56, Montreat leads. Raby across the right side on a pass from Lewis. Dumps it back up to Lewis. Now swing pass to Graham along the left arc. 20 on the shot clock as Lewis stands at the straightaway. Working around a Jessica Leak screen. She dumps down low to Petty, who pulls up for the jumper well off the mark. Loose rebound. Hatcher will dive on the basketball and dump off to Neat. The Rams come away with it with 5 minutes to play in the fourth, down by 5. Neat looking to go inside to Thompson. It's poked away and stolen by Avery Graham. On the other end, Jessica Leak penetrates the left arc along 2, too strong. Rebound out of bounds. Last touch by Zion Neat. It'll be Montreat basketball with 4:49 left in the fourth. Cavaliers leading 61-56. Five-point lead for the Cavaliers with under 5 minutes. Here in the fourth quarter. Pass over the top, getting away from everyone. As chasing it back was Graham on the far backcourt. She'll now have to recross the timeline with 4:45 left. 10 to shoot for the Cavaliers, is just now setting their offense. Graham dribbling left side, handoff pass to Raby. 5 to shoot. Deep pull-up 3 for Kaylee Raby. Off the mark, Brittany Brown will corral the board. Handoff pass to Neat up the left side. Zion stopped outside the left arc. Now she'll pull up for a 3. No, instead holds it back. Now drives, throws up a shot off the glass. Rattling out on an unlucky bounce for Zion Neat. 4:16 left. Montreat on top, 61-56. Lewis kicking left side to Raby just beyond the left wing. Defended by Hatcher. She goes back top of the key to Lewis, who was left all alone for a 3-point shot. It was left off the front iron. Chasing it into the corner was Thompson. She had initially corralled the rebound, but she steps out of bounds deep in the corner. Yet again, another turnover for Columbia International. That now brings them to 23 here in today's contest, compared to just 19 for Montreat. 4:02 left in the ball game. Cavaliers lead at 61-56. 4:02 left. 20 seconds on the shot clock for Montreat. Lewis inbounds to Leak along the low post, defended by Thompson. Throws a shot up. It was initially deflected, but referee saw contact from Zani Thompson. As Thompson will pick up what is now her 4th personal foul. 3:59 left in the fourth quarter. That puts Jessica Leak at the line. A 92% shooter this season from the charity stripe. Her first free throw initially went off the front iron, but rattled in. Columbia International has to finish strong. They've made just one of the last 8 shots, none in the last 3 minutes. Leak goes 2 for 2 at the line. It's 63-56 Montreat. That's a 7-point game. Heston up the floor. Gives way to Neat up the right side. Zion crosses the timeline, works her way up to the right arc. Neat down to the baseline, stopped there just outside the paint. She's trapped, dumps off to McQueen. Pump fakes, drives, shot with the right hand. Good on the runner for Jordan McQueen. A 5-point ball game once again here in Columbia. 3:36 left. Montreat leads 63-58. Up the floor, Raby still is yet across the timeline. Raby forward pass to Lewis, but now a travel call on Montreat. And Rams head coach Danielle Fleming is fired up, fist bumping with Jordan McQueen just along the sidelines. 3:25 left in the fourth quarter. Rams have a chance to cut the deficit even more. 63-58, Montreat currently leads as Zani Thompson checks out. Hannah Trawick into the ball game. Meanwhile, for Montreat, you've got Lockhart and Williams returning to the floor as Lewis and Petty check out. Inbounds goes to Heston. Top of the key. She looks to drive. No, instead dumps off to Trawick and is stolen away by Williams. Montreat on the other end with 3:16 left, leads by 5. Leak looked at the pull-up three. Instead looks to drive on Trawick. She gets down to the low post. Leak now brings it back out. Leak dumps off Raby near the right corner. Raby looked to go inside to Williams, but a foul before the shot on the floor. Guilty party being Madison Hatcher. She was on the back of Williams. That's Hatcher's first. Rams' fourth team foul here in the fourth quarter. 3:02 left. It's a 63-58 Montreat lead. Leak to trigger inside to Lockhart. Now at the top of the key to Graham. 16 to shoot for Montreat. Graham works right to left, defended by McQueen. Goes back to the top of the key to Leak, who's defended by Heston. Leak at the straightaway, goes down to the high post to Williams. Back to Leak. They go inside to Williams, who has a goal for fingertips with 2 to shoot. She pulls it for a jumper, knocks it down in the turnaround. Mariah Williams with an improbable shot makes it 65-58. Montreat, 2:36 to play. Hatcher from downtown, though, knocks it down. 2:30 left. Rams are within 4, 65-61. Hatcher is still in the inbounds. Driving, she's fouled, head to the line for 2. The freshman from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and Madison Hatcher getting it done here in clutch time as she has a chance at the cherry stripe to make this a one-score game. Trinity Lockhart picking up her third personal. It's 65-61 Montreat. Lockhart checking out with Lewis back on the floor. The Rams trail by 20 at the break. They've battled back as close to a 1-point deficit here in the fourth quarter when it was 56-55. It's now 65-61 Montreat. Hatcher's first free throw is up and good. A 64% shooter this season, leading the Rams with 13 points a game. She now has 12 and now 13 as she knocks down both free throws. 2:24 left in the fourth. Rams down 65-63. Lewis across the timeline, now double teamed by McQueen and Hatcher. She drops to the floor, then comes off one knee. Pass stolen by Heston, poked away, and fouled by Williams. That's going to be her 5th. Her day is done. But Jordan McQueen is still down on the opposite side of the floor for Columbia International. Being checked on by both Zion Neat and Heston, the athletic training staff now coming onto the floor. 2:13 left in the fourth quarter. One of the senior leaders for Columbia International, you never want to see this. She walks off under her own power, high-fiving her teammates. Of course, with the play being stopped for her injury, she has to check out as Quanika Howard has checked into the ball game. 2:13 left in the fourth with Williams fouling out. We're going to see Vanaya Petty return to the floor. For Vanaya Williams, she finishes with 6 points and 8 rebounds today. 2:13. Meanwhile, that was Williams' 5th personal foul. It was also the 5th team foul for Montreat, which puts Heston at the line for a 1-1 opportunity. Keep in mind the Rams trail by just 2, 65-63. First free throw rattling out. And actually a 2 free throw opportunity instead of a 1-and-1. Heston's second shot from the charity stripe, up and good. A 1-point game here in Columbia. 2:13 to play in the fourth quarter. It's 65-64 Montreat. Lewis across the timeline, stripped by Heston out of bounds. Montreat basketball, 2:07 to play in the fourth. Lewis to inbounds just in front of the scorer's table in the front court. She tries to go over the top to Raby. And indeed she does. Raby defended by Hatcher. Along the right arc. 2 minutes left. Raby driving. Right hand shot. Too strong off the glass. Rebound out of bounds. Last touched by the Rams. It'll be Cavalier basketball. 1:55 left here in Columbia. 65-64. Montreat leads by 1. Inbounds underneath the basket for Leak. It was poked away by Howard out of bounds, and Montreat will keep possession once again, but instead of inbounding from the baseline, they'll head to the sideline, this time in front of their own bench. 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Leak, defended by Howard along the sideline. Goes down low to Petty on the inbounds. Now double teamed. Petty picks up her dribble, dumps back up to Graham, who nearly has go at backcourt. Neat would have had the steal, but a backcourt violation is whistled on Graham as she tried to save it. It went right into the hands of Zion. She had a breakaway layup for the lead. Instead, the Rams will have to set their offense. 1:48 to play in the fourth. Montreat on top, 65-64. Whistles blow from the referee. Referee, I believe they're discussing whether there should be 30 or 20 seconds on the shot clock here as to whether Zion Neat had possession. For myself, I don't believe she did because the backcourt violation was whistled first. So indeed, they will add an extra 10 seconds up there. 30 seconds on the shot clock. 1:48 on the game clock. Rams down by 1. Howard corrals the inbounds pass. She stands at midcourt. Dump off left side Hatcher. Pull up three off the mark. Rebound corralled by Montreat's Jessica Lewis. On the other end, Raby looking to drive, but a foul is called on the interior on Kaylee Raby's transition. We'll see who it's on. It's Tania Heston is going to be the guilty party. Heston picking up her second personal. 1:32 left in the fourth. That puts Kaylee Raby at the line. 53% shooter this season. 2 for 2 from the line today. Montreat up by 1. Rayleigh's first free throw up and good. Now 66-64 Montreat. The senior from Hudson, North Carolina, transferred into this program a year ago from Lenore Ryan. Raby, second shot. Off the front iron, but knocking it down. 67-64, Montreat leads by 3. Heston up the right side with 1.5 minutes to play. She breaks through a double team. Heston driving, down low, shot off the glass. Good for Tania Heston. We're back to a 1-point game with 1:20 left. 67-66 Montreat. Inbound stolen by Heston. Off the glass, knocking it down. Tania Heston has given the Rams the lead. 68-67 with 1:05 left. Graham trapped in the backcourt. Whistles blow as a timeout is taken by Montreat. And for the first time since the first quarter, the Rams have erased a 20-point deficit as they lead 68-67 with 1:06 left. We'll be back with you in 30. From Columbia, Rams on top by 1 with coming up on 1 minute left on the CIU Sports Network. Back inside the Moore Fitness Center, if you look back to the 5:30 mark in the second quarter, Montreat led 42-21. That's a 20-point deficit. The Rams have now erased with 1:06 left in the fourth. Columbia International on top, 68-67 on Montreat. Out of the Cavalier timeout, it's Heston, Neat, Howard, Hatcher, and Trawick on the floor for CIU. Inbounds goes to Leak as she'll cross the center court logo. Dump off pass near side into the hands of Lewis. She's trapped along the left wing, goes cross court to Raby. 56 seconds left to play, 19 to shoot for Montreat. Raby along the right arc, slowing this offensive possession, trying to hold for a late shot. Raby top of the key, dump off right side, Jessica Leak, who looks to drive. She stopped just short of the paint, cross pass to Destiny Lewis from deep. Her shot too strong. Leak the offensive rebound. Second chance, off the mark. Now a third chance as Leak corrals the own offensive board. 32 seconds left, 15 on the shot clock for Montreat. 68-67, CIU leads by 1. There's a 16-second difference between shot clock and game clock. 5 to shoot. Leak at the top of the key, dumps off Lewis from the right side, three-point, knocking it down is Destiny Lewis. Timeout taken by Montreat, 15 seconds left. Cavaliers back on top, 70-68. And Destiny Lewis appears to be the unsung hero of this ball game for Montreat as head coach Tim Rice is fired up. 15 seconds left, and head coach Danielle Fleming is now conversating with the ref, saying she was calling for the timeout as much as she could. It's a Montreat timeout, which puts the CIU possession on the back end of the floor. 70-68. Cavaliers lead it. My goodness, Destiny Lewis with 3 on the shot clock knocks down a three-pointer to not only give the Cavaliers back the lead, but put Montreat up by 2. And could Columbia International have one last effort of comeback within them? They'll have 15 seconds. Make that now 16.8 seconds. They've added a second back on the game clock. Of course, there will be no shot clock, so this final 16 seconds could do it in regulation. The Rams need a 2-pointer to tie it. 3-pointer could win it. Montreat leads 70-68 over CIU. My goodness, you can feel the tension here in the air inside the Moore Fitness Center. Everyone sits on the edge of their seats. Hands and palms are beginning to sweat. But now, just as we were ready to return to action, Columbia International will take a timeout before we resume play. Now, what Danielle Fleming is doing here, she's taking another 30-second timeout. What this does is move the Rams' possession from the back baseline on the opposite end of the floor to their front court. So now a much better favorable offensive showing for the Rams to have a chance, as they'll have the ball on their end of the floor. 16 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Montreat leads 70-68. For the Rams, it'll fall into the hands of Heston, Neat, Trawick, Hatcher, and Howard. Meanwhile, Montreat, for the final 16 seconds, will send out Lewis, Raby, Graham, Petty, and Leak. Heston inbounds along the far sideline. 16 seconds left, Rams down by 2, and CIU's possession. Heston inbounds, looking to get it in. Who will it go to? Into the hands of Hatcher, the freshman. Hatcher dribbles down the baseline, throws up a shot. Look to have some contact, no foul though. Loose ball on the ground, and now referee stoppage. And what will his call be? I believe it's Montreat basketball off the jump, and indeed it is. Position arrow pointing the Cavaliers' way. 10 seconds left. It's Cavalier basketball. Now a timeout is taken by Montreat. 10.4 seconds left. Hatcher drove down the baseline, threw up a layup trying to draw contact. It hit underneath the rim, I believe, as she was looking for the contact. But now we're going to have some discussions from the Montreat coaching staff with the scorer's table. Just a 30-second timeout. They initially called a full, but they do not have a full timeout. 70-68. Montreat leads by 2. All they have to do is catch this inbounds pass and in turn possibly draw a foul and head to the line. Of course, the Rams, though, are going to go for that steal, and they've done just that a few different times today. The Rams have been all over the basketball defensively. 14 steals for CIU today off of Montreat. 10.4 seconds remain. Montreat basketball in the front court. That is their end of the floor. Raby to inbounds. Rams trail 70-68 to the Cavaliers. The same 5 out there. Heston, Neat, Howard, McQueen, and Hatcher. Inbounds goes to Leak, and she's immediately fouled as she'll head to the line for 2. That's quite possibly the worst person to foul if you're Columbia International. Jessica Leak, a 92% shooter from the line this season. 9 seconds left. Montreat leads by 2. Leak's at the line with 2 opportunities. Her first free throw up and good. Now a 3-point game. Leak leads all scorers with 26. Her second free throw to put it away is up and good. Now a 4-point game. Timeout, Columbia International. 9 seconds left. It will be a full timeout. 72-68. Montreat leads it. We'll take a break and come back. From Columbia, it's a 4-point lead for Montreat on the CIU Sports Network. Back inside the Moore Fitness Center. 9 seconds remain in our fourth quarter. Columbia International trailing Montreat 72-68. A 4-point differential for the Rams. And coming out of the CIU timeout, it is Rams basketball in the front court. Heston inbounds along the far sideline, looking for a quick three and then a foul to have a shot. Inbounds over the top to Zion. Go to the low post now, 7. 3-point shot up from Hatcher, knocking it down. Madison Hatcher, a 1-point game with 4 seconds left. Timeout, Montreat. That's just what the doctor ordered from Madison Hatcher, knocking down the 3-point shot. The freshman makes this a game with 4.6 seconds left. 72-71, Montreat up by 1. We'll briefly take a break with you and come back from Columbia. Montreat leads by 1 with 4 seconds left. We come back on the CIU Sports Network. .6 seconds is all that remains here in today's ball game. Montreat leads 72-71 coming out of the Cavalier timeout. It'll be Raby the inbounds on the Montreat end of the floor. Looking for the quick foul. Whistles blow before the pass is in. They'll reset this game clock as Jordan McQueen is whistled for the foul. Now that is a best case scenario because no time comes off the clock. And the Rams get what they need. Leak headed to the line. And now a change. It's Destiny Lewis headed to the line. And now it might be Nye Petty. I don't believe Montreat knows who was fouled, and it's Jessica Leak going to the line. Leak, the 92% shooter this season. I don't believe she was fouled, but referee saw otherwise. First free throw knocks it down. Now a 2-point game. Leak's second shot put Montreat up by 3. Up and good. Timeout, Columbia International to get it on their end of the floor. 4.6 seconds remain. 74-71 Montreat. And if you're Danielle Fleming, you have to think to yourself that you want it in the hands of your freshman, Madison Hatcher, who leads this squad with 16 points today, including 3 3-pointers. And you think back to what has kept CIU in this ball game, it's big threes from Hatcher. That drew them within 1 moments ago before the quick foul to put Leak at the line. Now back the same situation. You're down by 3 points. If you can knock down a triple, you're tying this game up potentially for overtime. 4.6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 74-71. Montreat leading Columbia International. The inbounds will be just to the right of the CIU bench in front of the scorers table in the front court. It's Trawick, Neat, Hatcher, Heston, and Watkins to inbounds. The Rams trying to find someone who will throw it in. It will be Tania Heston. 4.6 seconds remain. Heston to inbounds. Movement up in the hands of Zion Neat. Crossover pass, pull up 3 from the straightaway off the left mark. Rebounded by Petty. That's the game. Final score, Montreat takes down Columbia International 74-71. Although this is a ball game that Columbia International battled back in a big way for, trailing by as much as 21 points in the second quarter. The Rams indeed took the lead earlier on, 68-67, before Montreat finished strong down the stretch to pick up their 4th win of the season. Final score, Cavaliers win it 74-71 over Columbia International with the win. Montreat improves to 4-3 on the season, including 3-2 in AAC play. Meanwhile, across the way, Columbia International falls to 1-5 on the regular season and 1-3 in the conference. Looking ahead on different schedules for the Rams, they'll hit the road this coming Wednesday, but not too far of a travel. Coming up on Wednesday, they'll travel to crosstown rival Columbia College with a 5:30 p.m. tip-off. Meanwhile, across the way, Montreat is back in action tomorrow in Swannanoa, North Carolina at Warren Wilson with a 3 o'clock Sunday tip-off time. That'll do it for us here in Game 1. We'll be back momentarily to speak, though, with Rams head coach Danielle Fleming as the Rams fall today to Montreat 74-71. We'll take a brief break and be back with you momentarily when we come back on the CIU Sports Network. Back on the CIU Sports Network following the Rams' 74-71 loss. Coach Fleming now with us. Coach, not the result you wanted, but what an effort from your group there in the second half, erasing a 21-point deficit. What can you say about your team's grit and just the fight to win?
Yeah, I really loved the third and fourth quarter. We played well. We played man very well. It hurts. This one hurts because, we were down by so much that we had to claw back. Had it been like this all game, I think it would have been a different outcome. But, it's early. I do appreciate my team's fight and grit. We got to figure out how to put all 4 quarters together.
Is that your main objective coming into Wednesday's matchup at Columbia, is just piecing together a full game and finishing strong?
Yeah, we got to come out swinging, and we got to come out swinging, and we got to end swinging. There can't be any quarters down. We're chasing now. We're chasing preseason polls. None of that matters. We're down in the ditch right now, so we got to figure out what we need to do to get back on top.
Coach, best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
That'll wrap it up for us here inside the Moore Fitness Center as the Rams fall to Montreat 74-71. They'll be back in action on Wednesday at crosstown rival Columbia College in AAC play. Until then, thank you all for tuning in from all of us here on the CIU Sports Network. My name's Kay Crenshaw. Have a good night, and as always, remember to smile.